Sometimes you just have to say no. It protects you. It protects your peace. It protects your peace of mind and your property. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. And in tonight's video, I want to talk about why it's important, it's imperative to say no every once in a while. Because saying yes can be harmful to you, to your mindset, to your boundaries, to your property, to your finances. And we're going to discuss it all in this video. So without further ado, let's begin. When I was young, right? 18 years old, I just got my first car. It was a 1999 Buick Century. I was about to say Park Avenue, but it wasn't a Park Avenue. It was a Buick Century Custom sunroof package. And I never forget, it was shiny. It was beautiful. I pulled up on a block with it. Soon as those tires hit that curb and they saw me hop out, because first they heard my system, because I had a stereo system in it. First they heard my system. Then they seen who hopped out. All of a sudden, I was the popular kid. Before I purchased this car, right? Before I bought this car, very few friends hung out with me for like 30 minutes. I'm being real. They would hang out with me 7 days a week. Now, before I had this car, before I bought it, I only had a couple of friends that would hang out with me from Monday through Friday. Everybody else that would see me walking down the block would say, "What's up?" Just like that, and just keep it pushing. They wouldn't even acknowledge my name or speak to say what's up or even acknowledge who I was. They would just continue on their conversation with their other friends. But soon as I pulled up with this car, Matt had a mode of transportation. Matt didn't have to catch public transportation. And Matt had a sense of freedom. And everybody wanted a piece of that. Because they knew for a fact that I played the block my entire life growing up. And I'm not talking about playing the block as far as like being in the streets, selling drugs. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Monday through Friday, I was always on that block. Whether, I just started working at a restaurant at this time, so it was my first job. So before I was working, I would just hang out with my friends. I wouldn't go anywhere. I wouldn't go around the corner. I would rarely go to the city park. And that was the furthest I would go because our city park was like literally around the corner from our house. 2 blocks around the corner. But before then, I wouldn't go anywhere. Unless my uncle was taking me to the real estate office to learn about real estate, I wasn't going anywhere. So I had a sense of freedom. And then I became a popular person. My phone would ring all times of the day and night. My friends, my closest friends had my number, but friends of theirs got my number from them and started calling me. "Hey, Matt, I need a ride here to here and there. I need a ride to the store. I need to ride to my girlfriend's house. I need to ride to my boyfriend's house. I need to go get some groceries." And me being a nice guy at the time, this is why it's bad to be nice. I'm going to break it down in this situation. This is why it's bad being nice. It's because I took them. No matter if I was low on gas, no matter if I had a half a tank of gas, no matter if I was tired, whether I was exhausted from work, I would say yes, because I saw it as helping people. One night, I'm gonna explain 2 scenarios. One night, a friend of mine, well, a friend of a friend, I would say, it wasn't a friend of mine, it was a friend of a friend. He needed a ride to New Jersey. Mind you, he could have caught a SEPTA bus or the subway train downtown to get the New Jersey transit bus to take him to New Jersey, because New Jersey and Philadelphia were in close proximity because of 2 bridges. The Ben Franklin Bridge, the Betsy Ross Bridge. And the Betsy Ross, you paid a toll. The Ben Franklin, you just drove straight across. But anyway, he needed a ride at 2 o'clock in the morning to his cousin's house. I'm sitting in my car, random night in New Jersey. I hear the gunshots going off. I hear the police sirens. I see dudes walking down the street. One of them had a ski mask on. And I said to myself, I should not be here. I should not be in this scenario, and I should not be here. That's why it's bad to say yes to everything. He finally comes out to the car and say, "Hey, Matt, you can go home. My cousin just answered the door. I know I'm gonna spend a night here." I didn't know my way around that neighborhood. So I was driving around the block in a tinted up green Buick Century at the time. And people were just looking. Dudes was just looking like, who this car? They could have shot the car up. But at the end of the day, the Lord protected me. Another situation happened. My actual friend, he needed a ride to his girlfriend's house one time. 10 o'clock at night. He said, "I gotta go to my girl house. She live in West Philadelphia." Mind you, West Philadelphia is not that far from North Philadelphia. It's like a 30, 45 minute drive, maybe 15, 20 minutes, depending on how fast you drive. I'm the type, your boy's the type to do the speed limit everywhere. I'm a safe driver, y'all. I like being safe. But anyway, I take them. I think about it for a split second, but I take them. Once again, the thought comes into my mind, I should not be here in West Philadelphia. And late at night, I hear the shots ring out. My buddy, he runs out of his girl house, and lo and behold, he told me, that's her baby dad shooting. I said, dude, are you serious? He said, yeah, that's her baby dad shooter. Sorry, my son had a question. But anyway, at that time, my buddy was like, yeah, that's her baby dad shooter. He got mixed up with a woman who had kids with another man who was shooting at him. And here I am sitting in the driver's seat, unbeknownst about this whole situation. I didn't know my buddy was talking to this woman. I didn't know this woman had a man already, let alone a baby father. And he runs out the house. He said, start the car, start the car, start the car, start the car. And I hear the gunshots getting closer and closer. So I start the car, take off. I yell at my friend so bad. I said, bro, you got us in a dangerous situation that could have risked both of our lives. But I could not, when I got home, I could not be mad at nobody more but myself for being Mr. Nice. Ladies and gentlemen, saying yes to everything can put you in all kind of perilous situations. Learn to say no. If it's not important, if it's not imperative, mean you need to take action now. You need to give them, let them borrow this money now. Or like, say, for example, if you're lending out money, if it's a imperative situation, then lend it out. Like if they need to buy themselves or their kids some food to eat for the next couple of days, then yes, it's okay to lend out that money. If they need to go to the hospital because their child is sick or they're sick, they're extremely sick, then yes, it's okay to give someone a ride. Or if they need to go to work because they fear they might be fired for running late and they feel like, if they wait for the bus, that bus is going to have them late, then it's okay to give them a ride to work. Just tell them next time, hey, make sure you wake up early enough. We all oversleep. It's normal. It happens, even me. It's a little warm in this car. Don't mind me if I'm sweating. I'm about to open the door, y'all. We all wake up late every once in a while for work. It happens. It's a normal thing. We all make the mistake of waking up late. It happens. And we all got to rush. There's nothing wrong with giving your significant other a ride if they're running late, your kids a ride if they're running late, especially a ride to school. But if you have kids who are older and they have a job, it's okay to give them a ride. If you have a friend who you work with and it's your day off, but they have to work, it's okay to give them a ride. But if it's not an imperative situation like that, say no. You'll save yourself some gas, engine health, because when you running your car back and forth like that, you're definitely burning your engine out little by little, messing up your transmission. When you got to go back and forth, I mean, cars, don't get me wrong, cars were meant to be driven. Cars were meant to be driven. Cars weren't meant to be parked. But consistently running like multiple times in a day just for this express purpose, no. And you have to think to yourself, you worked hard for that car. They did not. Your mother and father sometimes, your neighbor, your coworker, your boss even. You got to think, how often does your phone ring when you said no to a few people? How often do your phone ring after you just got done telling your cousin, your friend, your sister, your brother, your mother and father sometimes, your neighbor, your coworker, your boss even, after you just got done saying a healthy no to something you do not agree with, something that is detrimental to your well-being, detrimental to your peace of mind, detrimental to your moment of peace. After you said no to all that, how often did your phone ring? Not very often, did it? Exactly. And that's because people know that they cannot use you anymore. And that's the thing. When you say yes, it enables people to say, okay, this person is a target. I can get whatever I want from them. So in order to protect your peace of mind, your personal space, your property, and your finances, you just have to say no. Saying no is absolutely healthy. Don't feel bad about it. I know we all do. Sometimes I do. Especially to my kids. We go to the store. Dad, can you buy me this and this and this? Is it a need? No, I just want it. No. They'll get mad. They'll pout their lips. They'll get all, humdrum about it. But at the end of the day, it sets those healthy boundaries for my kids to understand, to know the difference between necessary or unnecessary. It'll teach them to say, this is necessary. Clothes, food, shelter. This is unnecessary. Material wants, like a TV, a laptop, a video game, some candy, junk food, fast food. Those things are unnecessary. So it'll also teach them to be more focused on what's more important later down the road. And that's what I want to teach my kids. That's the lesson I want to teach my kids as a father is focus on what's necessary. It's okay to spend your money on, the unnecessary stuff every once in a blue, but always focus on your priorities, which is the necessary. Say no to the unnecessary. Each of the situations I mentioned, two being allowing myself to be put in a perilous situation, but I was 18, 19. I was young at the time. I was dumb. I was a young man. Don't get me wrong. I was a young man. But when I started getting into my 20s, especially my mid 20s, I started saying no to a lot of things. No, nope. Like that Tracy Morgan meme. Nope. Nope. No. That was me in my mid 20s. And I didn't have a lot of friends. I was very unpopular when I started saying no. So value your peace. Value your peace of mind, your space, your property, your day off even. Value your time by saying no. I love you guys. I thank y'all for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next video. God bless. Peace.